Glad to have you back with us right here on DNS in the stock game. The markets, of course, are looking pretty directionless. However, thankfully, we're maintaining the 5600 mark for the Nifty. And it's a Wipro ahead of its numbers. And on the back of the demerger news, that's the biggest gain on the Nifty, as is a Tata Motors. But what's happening with the derivative space and the movement there then? Navneet's here with more details on just that. Hi, Navneet.
Hi Megha, if you look at the Nifty November futures, they've just flattened out, and if you look at the premium there, that's about 28 points premium to the spot Nifty, and we've seen a build-up of close to 7 lakh shares for the Nifty futures up till now. And looking at the options side, the most active strikes as of now are 5600 put strike and 5700 call strike, so expect Nifty to trade in that range for today. And the Nifty PCR is just above the level of 1, it's at around 1.01, but again we are seeing a call writing in the system today, and if you look at strike like 5700, that has added significant 8.6 lakh shares up till now. Also 5600 strike has added over 2 lakh shares. On the put side, you have 5300, 5400 strike, which have added significant amount of open interest up till now. And looking at the stock futures, well, a couple of earnings reaction coming in there. Have a look at Power Grid. Fresh longs are seeing their post the earnings. Also counters like Titan and Tata Global Beverages, which are doing well in today's trading session after posting good set of numbers yesterday post-market hours. And among the Nifty gainers, you have Tata Motors and Wipro, where fresh long positions are being built up. Also, some of the pharma counters, Cipla and Ranbaxy, they are trading in positive territory, so long positions seen there as well. And Crompton Greaves would be coming out with its numbers today. Fresh short positions are being built up ahead of the numbers there. And talking about the volumes, the participation looks quite decent. We've done about close to 25,000 crore of turnover on NSE up till now.
Thanks very much for that, Navneet. And we've just slipped into the green territory, so it's 5627 on the index. What's happening with the stock game? Well, let's start off by giving you the rules and regulations. It's a portfolio building exercise. We get lots of buying and selling ideas because each of our experts have to create a portfolio with a notional amount of 5 lakh rupees that's given to them. Every day they are required to compulsorily churn 2 stocks as well as replace all their sell calls in the cash market. Targets and stop losses hit during intraday trade are also replaced by a new stock, so invariably their new portfolios every single day. After tallying up who has made the maximum amount of money, that person is declared as the winner of the stock game. Let's bring on board our participants for this week. Kunal Saragi, CEO EquityRush.com joins in. Lancelot Dacuna, CEO ITI Wealth Management, and Rajat Bose from RajatKBose.com will be fighting it out to be the winner. Well, not having too much luck for you gentlemen, but I'll start off, Kunal, with you for your strategy for today.
Well, I'm going into trade with all long positions. I've got 4 longs, although I've tried to balance it by adding 2 defensives. I've got longs on Tech Mahindra. I've got a long on Divi's Lab, REC and Sun Pharma. So these would be the 4 long positions that I'm going into trade with today.
Okay, 4 long ideas coming forth from Kunal for day 4. Lancelot, what's your strategy then for today? What are you betting on?
Well, today even I cannot read the direction of the market, so I've decided to try and focus on stocks that have been in the news, either for results or for something good. So I've gone in with 3 long positions in a buy on Prime Focus, buy on Financial Technologies, Shoppers Stop, and a sell call on United Phosphorus.
Newsmakers is what Lancelot Dacuna is betting on. What about you, Rajat?
I've also gone for an all-long strategy today. What I've chosen is that some stocks that have shown some traction in yesterday's trading, and especially stocks that were either tested their 200-day moving average or shown concrete reversal sign. But even then, the trend is very difficult to read, and perhaps yesterday's strength is no indication for today's performance. And that's what I am experiencing at the moment. We would elaborate it on individually later.
Okay, so markets are certainly proving to be difficult, as can be in fact seen by the calculators as well, because all of our 3 experts are suffering a fair bit of loss right now. So Kunal's portfolio is on your screens. Tech Mahindra, Divi's Laboratories is causing trouble. Divi's in fact has been stopped out and he's sitting on a loss of about 1.7%. That's close to 9,000 rupees on the overall portfolio. Lancelot Dacuna, on the other hand, turning out to be a very tough day once again for him. In fact, we've got 3 stocks barring a United Phosphorus that has been stopped out, and 4% cut is what he's seeing on his portfolio. That's about 20,000 rupees. Rajat, both as well, it's looking pretty tough. We've got a Century Textile as well as Hindalco. Those two names have been stopped out. TTK Prestige, however, and Relcap are providing some relief. And he's also sitting on a loss of close to 18,000 rupees all in all. So things aren't looking all that great, but we'll get you more details then from our experts to, and a perspective on why they've picked the stocks that they have. So Kunal, let's start with you and talk about a Tech Mahindra, a counter that's done pretty well, at least on the charts. It's, trading above its 50 and 200-day moving averages. It's outperformed the sectoral indices as well, and given some very good returns from the start of this year. So how much further can this possibly go?
Well, I think this is a stock that should trade in 4 digits. If you look at its overall structure, it's outperformed the market, it's peer set, and I think at the moment the chart looks quite good. There was a dip very recently, but now I think the trend has resumed. Yesterday, I think the stock showed great traction, and that was the reason I picked it up. I think it's good for 970, and that's the target for now, but I could see it going much higher than that level.
Okay, quiet as quiet can be for Tech Mahindra today, and over the past 1 month, it's lost out close to 6%, 948 on last count. Moving away from that, Prime Focus is what you're betting on. Lancelot, yesterday there was the news that they bagged a major media processing services deal, and there was also that news just a short while ago about StanChart, private equity investing $35 million into the company. What do you make of all of that?
Well, that was actually the reason why I picked the stock, because I felt that, the news could be positive. Yesterday, the stock showed good buying volumes, and I thought that given that, you saw a decent amount of buying, there could be an upside over here. Fundamentally, if a Prime Focus is having a good business, but there is some risk in terms of, its FCCB its FCCB outstanding, which could be some amount of an financial overhang on the company. But otherwise, it was news-based. Maybe the markets, have decided to sell off on news, and that's why it's the stop loss has been triggered. So that's it.
Okay, those are the fundamentals to be tracking for a Prime Focus, a stock that's lost about 1% in early session today. Away from that, a TTK Prestige, Raja, that's your first bet for the day. This was quite a favorite, just a few months ago, and suddenly people seem to be downgrading the long-term targets, at least, that they're working with for this particular name. Technically, how are things looking? And do you think we can scale back to that 3,000 mark, 3,500 mark possibly?
Well, I would say that if you look at yesterday's chart, after, say, nearly more than a month's decline from levels close to 4,000, it has shown a reversal sign from just below 3,000 levels. So this was a price volume breakout. This was also some kind of a bullish reversal pattern after a protracted downtrend, and knowing the fact that TTK Prestige is a momentum boy, and if it gets going, then it can actually give you good returns. So from that perspective, I have taken it as a short term, if not an intraday kind of a trade, where I have kept a target of 3375, and the stop loss is also pretty close because TTK Prestige can wreak havoc. So I put a stop loss at 3205. My point is that yes, it can go up to 3,400 to 3,500, but if it sustains above 3,500, then only you will see some good move really happening. Otherwise, it's just a pullback.
Okay, that's a volatile candidate indeed, and TTK Prestige, in fact, has been a bit of a disappointment over the last 1 and 3 months. But take a look at this kind of run-up you're seeing today. The second stock idea coming your way, then a Divi's Laboratories, very jagged charts today. Unfortunately, you've been stopped out, but it has hit a new high, Kunal.
Absolutely, Avan. I think I got unlucky. The stock made a short blip down, and that is when the stop loss got hit. But if you looked at its trade yesterday, I think the stock definitely has broken out on the charts, and there is a fair chance that the stock might continue with the momentum it's acquired recently. So I see more upside on this one. Very clearly, I think 300 is possible on Divi's Lab. So somebody holding, I think, should continue to hold.
Okay, continue to hold on to your investments in Divi's Laboratories. Kunal, unfortunately, of course, has been stopped out. Away from that, another result candidate, Financial Technologies, Lancelot. Last evening, we had the numbers come in. Profits, which were looking relatively flat, 69.5 crores versus 69.2 crores that the company clocked in for the last quarter. Standalone sales, though, showed some bit of traction. Given that we've got the impending launch of the equity burst as well, how would you be trading a fintech?
Well, I think going forward, even though the past has been a bit flat for financial technologies, going forward you're going to see the environment improve, especially because of the performance of its subsidiaries like MCX and the equity part, and that adds on to financial technologies profits because they derive transaction charges and software maintenance charges. So in a sense, you're going to see better times for the stock. It's trading at about 10 times its FY14 EBITDA, which is fairly attractive for a company of this kind. And I would say that, from a longer term perspective, looks an attractive option to buy into.
That's a good call for the long term. The stop loss unfortunately been triggered for Lancelot Decuna, though it is continuing a run up as we speak at 1.6%. Century Textiles, though that counter is fairly volatile today, it's off by just about 0.5%, and the long term charts indicate, Rajat, that it's below both its daily moving averages. How come you're betting on it?
I'm betting on it precisely for that reason. Century Textiles to me looks like a very good medium to long-term bet. On your channel, I have given a recommendation where I'm expecting, say, 540 over the next 6 to 12 months for Century Textiles. In fact, this is one of the stocks that can give you even more returns because technicals suggest to me that this stock is actually building up momentum to actually scale up to those levels. Well, Century Textiles, to play it from an intraday or on a daily basis is a hazardous game. But then I thought that Century might actually do me a favor, but it disfavored me in the sense that it hit the stop loss. But even after hitting the stop loss, this stock can gather momentum in the second half, and can go up to something like 399, the target I've chosen. And overall, Century to me is a good investment bet, maybe not a very good trading bet because it is very volatile, but I'm quite firm about my view that it is a very good medium-term bet.
Long unwinding is what you're seeing, but nonetheless, Rajat Bose is betting on an uptick in the second half of the day. Let's get in the calculators then. Kunal Saragi up first. Remember, he's gone long on all 4 stocks in his portfolio, but for the day, he's been stopped out on Divi's Laboratories. He's seen a gain on REC as well as Sun Pharma, but remember, calculations are from day one. 2% almost off, that's 9,000 rupees, but comparatively, he is standing out compared to our other 2 experts. So Lancelot Decuna, he too has gone long, but on 3 stocks out of 4. He's been stopped out on all 4 of them, so that's his total loss for the day, 20,340 rupees, that's 4% off. And finally to Rajat Bose, he's been stopped out on Century Textiles and Hindalco for today, but he is making gains on the other 2 stocks. He's losing out 3.6% on the overall portfolio. That's a total sum of 18,000 rupees. We take a quick break, come back with lots more on the other side.